Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 4, Chapter 17 on the questions asked by Janamejaya. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Suyakoti Samam. Hari Om Tat Sat. Janamejaya said, O Muni, you told before that the heavenly prostitutes sent by Indra in the hermitage of Narayana became lustful and desired to live with Narayana only, whose heart was calm and quiet. At that moment, when Narayana was about to curse them, his brother Nara desisted him from taking that step. Now I ask you, what did that triumphant Narayana Muni do in the critical juncture when he was repeatedly asked by those prostitutes sent by Indra to satisfy their lust? O grandsire, I am very eager to know the deeds of Narayana leading to one's freedom. Kindly describe in detail and fulfill my wishes. Vyasa said, Here, O king, I am describing to you in detail what that high-souled son of Dharma did. When Narayana Hari was ready to curse them, the Rishi Nara, seeing this, consoled him and desisted him. When the great sage, the ascetic son of Dharma, Narayana, leaving aside his anger, began to address them in sweet words with countenance smiling. O fair woman, we have determined to practice asceticism in this life. It does not therefore behove us to accept any wife. Therefore, show your kindness unto us and go back to your heaven. You had better think that those who know what is religion, they never desire to break the vow of another. O beautiful-eyed one, in the sexual pleasure, it is the delightful feeling of passionate joy that is requisite, and we are wanting in those feelings, then how can we effect that union? No action can come out of no cause. This is all clear. The poets say that the sexual power and pleasure is the feeling, the mental attitude that corresponds, and that is the only thing that lasts, and we have no desire for that. However, my limbs are all very graceful. I am very fortunate and blessed in this world. Otherwise, how can I be the object of your sincere love towards me? You all are very fortunate, therefore do now show this mercy unto me. Do not break my vow. I pray now that in a subsequent birth I may become your husband. O large-eyed fair woman, in the 28th Dwapara Yoga, I will certainly incarnate on earth to effect the purpose of the Devas. Then you all also would respectively incarnate as the daughters of kings and would also become my wives. Narayana thus consented to marry them in some other next birth, and consoling them, made them go back to their heavens. They also abandoned their mental disquietude, and on reaching back to heavens, they explained everything to Indra. Indra heard from these heavenly women that the two rishis did and saw before him Urvashi and other women created by Narayana from his thighs, etc., and began to extol the merits of the high-souled Narayana. Indra said, Oh, how wonderful is the patience of the Muni! What is the wonderful influence of his tapas? Oh, he has created by the sheer force of his tapas Urvashi and these fair women, unrivaled for their beauties from his thighs. The Lord of the Devas thus extolled his merits and became freed from his anxieties. The virtuous Narayana too devoted himself to the practice of his tapasya. O king, thus I have described to you in detail all the wonderful accounts regarding Nara Narayana. O superior in the descendants of Bharata, these two, Nara and Narayana, afterwards incarnated themselves due to Brigu's curse as the two great heroes Arjuna and Krishna, to relieve the burden of the earth. The king said, O respect-giving Muni, now describe in detail the life of the avatar Krishna and dispel my mental doubt. O best of the Munis, why were Vasudeva and Devaki, who were chosen by the very powerful Hari and Ananta as their parents, doomed to so many miseries and afflictions? Why had these parents to remain for good many years in the prison of Kamsa, who pleased directly by their tapasya that Bhagavan Janardana? Why did Krishna, taking his birth at Mathura, go to Gokula? Also, what was his object to go to Dwarka, situated in the ocean, when he killed the enemy Kamsa? Also, why did his father, mother and relatives leave their old holy places of residence and go abroad to live in a wretched old country? Why was this Yadu race destroyed by the curse from a Brahmana? How did Sri Krishna Vasudeva leave finally his body after he had relieved the burden of the earth and was about to enter into his heaven? The evildoers of the earth were slain by Krishna and Arjuna of unequaled prowess. But how was it that those who plundered the wives of Srihari were not at all punished by him? The great personages Bhishma, Drona, Karna, the king Valika, Virata, Vikarna, Drastadumya, the king Somadatta were destroyed for relieving the burden of the earth, and the plunderers were acquitted. Kindly explain the cause of this. How was it that those chaste and virtuous wives of Shri Krishna go into troubles at the latter end of their lives? There has arisen a doubt in my mind on this point. Why did the virtuous Vasudeva leave his mortal coil owing to the death of his sons, and why did he die an unusual death? O best of the Munis, the Pandavas were devoted to Krishna and they were religious. They had to suffer so many troubles. Why was Draupadi so very unfortunate and she had to suffer so many miseries and pains, who was born of Lakshmi from amidst the sacrificial place and from the altar? Why did Dusashan drag her by her hairs while she was in her menstruation period in the hall of audience? And why was it that Sindhuraj Jayadratha, the king of Sindhu, gave her exceedingly mental troubles? Why was it that her 5 sons residing in her house were killed by Asvatthama? What was the cause that the son of Subhadra had to die in the battlefield? Why did the king Kamsa kill the 6 sons of Devaki? And why was it that Sri Hari, who was capable of averting the fate, did not at all prevent that? What a wonder is that! What a wonder is this, that in the matters of Brahmana's curse toward the Jadavas, their being killed in the Prabhasa, the total extermination, the Yadu race and the plundering of his wives, why did he allow fate to do these great momentous things? If he was the all-powerful God and he himself Narayana, why did he incessantly act like a slave towards Ugrasena? Ugrasena was the king of Mathura and father of Kamsa. He was disposed by his son, but Krishna, after having slain Kamsa, restored him to the throne. All these bring doubt in my minds regarding Narayana Muni, that his deeds are always like those of ordinary persons. Why did his pleasures and pains resemble those of ordinary human beings? Were he God? Why his actions were not godly, i.e. superhuman? Therefore dost thou describe in detail all the divine leelas, playful sports done by Hari of superhuman powers in this world. O best of Munis, when one's longevity expires, one dies. Then I cannot understand what glory was manifested by Hari in killing the Daityas, for faith killing them, not Hari. Was not the doing of Hari like a thief when he stole away the lady Rukmini and fled quickly to his own place? What did it mean when he fled to Dwarika city and quitted his own highly prosperous town, Mathura, simply out of the fear of Jarasandha? Did not anybody at the time recognize that he was Sri Bhagavan Hari, or respected one? Were he Bhagavan, why did he hide himself in Vraja? Please explain the cause to me. O Muni, these and many other doubts always exist in my mind. You are the best of Dvijas and blessed. I pray, dost thou remove these doubts? O best of Munis, another doubt exists and is not dispelled, and that is secret. What was not the taking of the 5 husbands by Panchali for herself shameful and despised by the society? The good manners and doings are always considered by the learned as the proofs of virtue. Why did those Pandavas then, capable in every respect, do this thing like brutes? And what did Bhishma do living like a deva in this world? May I ask, was his act of producing 2 sons by a widow and thus preserving his line of ancestors worthy of his name? The religious sanction advocated by the Munis procreates sons in any way whatsoever is simply shameful. Fee to this religious sanction. Here ends the 17th chapter in the 4th book of Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa on the questions asked by Janamajaya. Om Jai Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapali Durga Kashamashi. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tumya Tuya Bandusha Chasakatu.